Hello everybody, my name is Alice and I'm a faith-based life coach and I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to day one of the series, The God Of. I'm super excited about this series because how it came about was, it was pretty special to me. I was having prayers one day and then I just started to get this flow of like, the God of this, the God of this, the God of that. And I wrote down about 10 things. Is it 10? Actually more than 10. There's my list of all the things that I wrote down of who God is. And then after I finished praying and I looked at all the things that I wrote down, I realized that, oh my goodness, all the characters of God that I wrote were ones that I have personally experienced in my journey, and that I'm still experiencing till now. And I really kind of just felt led to share this with you. So I'm super excited and welcome everyone. So this is day one and I'll be sharing 5 things with you over the course of the next few days. I hope that I'll be able to do it like one day after the other, but just in case that there may be sort of information overload and you guys want to ask questions, we can have like a day's break in between. The original plan is that you guys watch this today, you share your comments, ask questions or whatever, and then from tomorrow onwards, which will be Tuesday onwards, I'll be doing live videos. I've never done live before, so I'm a little bit nervous about that but hopefully it will go well. So anyway, today's one, oh my goodness, my heating is on too hot. Sorry, let me just turn it down. Sorry, excuse the eyebrows as well. So today's one is the God of mercy, and my oh my he is indeed the God of mercy. So when I was writing this, I was just so overwhelmed with just his grace and mercy in my life on a daily basis in so many different areas of my life, in my studies, in my life as a mom, in my finances, in my relationships. He has been so merciful to me. Times when I've thought, oh man, I really messed up there. Something bad should have probably happened, because of how I acted, or just because I just wasn't being responsible enough. But he really, really has shown me just so much mercy in my life, and I have way too many testimonies to share with you guys that I can't even do in this, few minutes. I'm planning not to go on for too long. So he really is a God of mercy, and I've experienced that firsthand. And if I can just take you to the first scripture, sorry, I need to look up at my laptop. It says in Psalm 86 verse 5, it says, be merciful. Psalm 86 verse from verse 3 to 5. This is David speaking. King David speaking, says, be merciful to me, O Lord, for I cry to you all day long. And I'm sure that, you guys have probably done that. I most certainly have. I've had days when I've cried all day long, And it says, rejoice the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. For you, O Lord, are good and ready to forgive and abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. And I just thought that's a wonderful verse to share. But before I go any further, all these characters that I'll be sharing, although they're specifically for my experience, I'm sharing them to the group because they're also I also kind of wrote down things that were kind of tied to a journey of pain and a journey of just many transgressions and tribulations, especially emotional pain. And as this is a group that God has led me to sort of help people, called me to help people to be liberated from the emotional pains, that's the kind of stuff I'll be focusing on So even as I talk about mercy, that those are the kind of things I'll be focusing on. I'll be focusing on about mercy in just the different areas in my own personal life, but as I've gone through my journey, but more specifically on the emotional side. So this is so I thought this was a perfect verse, because many of us here, I'm sure, have had lots of different experiences in life where we have really felt downcast. We have really felt downcast, and there were many verses to choose from about mercy, but I just kind of like picked the ones that were speaking to me, that I resonated with per se. And this definitely was one of them. And in our moments of where we're like, oh my goodness, Lord, what am I going to do next? What's going to happen next? And sometimes it's, although the pain that we're feeling, our downcastness has been caused by somebody else, we ourselves may have done some crazy stuff. So it's kind of like this vicious cycle of just a whirlwind of emotions that we don't know what to do with them. But God is so merciful, and I'll just share that with you again. It says, be merciful to me, O Lord, for I cry to you all day long. Rejoice the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. For you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, and abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. So this is for anybody, right? This is for anybody who calls on God. Like, he's merciful. It's not like that. And it's such a message of hope as well, because it shows that when you call upon him, that even in your midst of whatever it is that's going on, he's still merciful and able to give you that hope, and able to kind of say, okay, yeah, you're in that situation, or you're feeling this way, but it's okay, because after that will come something greater and something better. So the next verse that I wanted to share with you guys is from Psalm 184 verse 9. Verse 9. And this says, the Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. So he is good to everybody. He is a good God. But in the previous verse that we read that for those who call upon him, his goodness is available to anybody who wants it. So and it's the same thing for that mercy. That mercy is available to anybody. There's nobody who has done things that are beyond God. God sort of like giving us so much mercy. His mercy is so abundant for everybody. So this message is really for you, or for you all, but more specifically for that person who kind of feels like they've got so much inside of feeling guilty, or feeling just a regret. I hope you can hear me. Let me just turn this music down a bit. I just realized that maybe I'm the one that's enjoying it, but not everybody else will. This message is really for that person that is feeling quite downcast and just doesn't know what to do, and just thinking, oh my goodness, like I have messed up so much here, and they just don't know how to come out of that, but like I have a message for you, that God is merciful. God is so merciful, and his mercy is abundant, and it's new every single day, literally new every single day. So the next part I wanted to share with you is Luke 6, this is verse 27. Actually, let me backtrack. Let me go to Ephesians 2 verse 4. Ephesians 2 verse 4, he says, but God, who is rich in mercy because of his great love with which he loved us, just sort of kind of adding on to what I said before, that like his mercy is abundant, he's rich in his mercy, and it never runs out, it absolutely never runs out. And this is a character that God has, and it's this God never changes. You know, it's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Sorry, I can see there's a spider up in my ceiling. That's Josiah. Yeah, that's Josiah who's put that up there. Anyway, yeah, his character never changes. Like, it's the same all throughout the seasons, all throughout the times, you know. And as we were made in God's image, yeah, this is the part that really excites me. As we were made in God's image, he also expects us to have some of these characters. Yeah, and mercy, being merciful to others. So I'm flipping the coin now. So one, we're talking about God is merciful to us if we're in a situation where we're downcast because of maybe something that we have done and we can't look beyond our past. You know, God is merciful about that. Like, it's okay, you know. And now I'm flipping the coin to saying that we also should be merciful, you know, because if we're made in God's image, we also need to be merciful towards others. Yeah, so let's now go to Luke 6. Luke 6:27, which says, "But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you." Whoa. That's a little hard. That is a little difficult, especially when you're oozing with emotions and craziness. And how on earth are you supposed to be nice or good to anybody who hates you, you know? And as a matter of fact, who you at that moment in time, you probably hate as well. Yeah. But that's the great thing, because God is merciful. He enables us to be able to do that. He enables us to be able to show some kind of love. This doesn't mean knocking on somebody's door and giving them flowers, or giving them, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Later on it may do, but in the beginning stages of where you're running through your emotions and everything is just sort of like haywire, it doesn't mean that at all. But being merciful could simply mean that when somebody sends you a message that's sort of like, really and truly, they should get a reply that shows you are not pleased. Not to say you should lie, but it's okay for you to tone it down a little bit, you know. It's okay. You don't have to go all out, full out with the emotions and the whatever else it comes with, fully letting them know that this is really how you feel. You don't really have to do that, you know. So that's one way that you could show mercy, you know. But it's a hard thing to do. I know it's a hard thing to do, you know. And another verse as well, this is also in Luke's the same Luke 6:35 to 36. Let me just go there. It says, "But love your enemies." "Do good and lend, hoping for nothing in return, for your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High God. For he is kind to the unthankful and evil." Whew. It's a good thing that I'm not God, or anybody else is not God, and God is just God, right? "Therefore be merciful, just as your Father also is merciful." So he has really called us to be merciful, you know. Although I've titled this thing saying like the God of mercy, you know, I don't want you guys to walk away without having to learn something practical that you can start doing today, you know. So today, our little exercise is, I know that maybe some of us may be going through issues, maybe some of us may be really in difficult situations, where it's really tough to kind of be loving towards this person that is showing us the pain or whatever. But I just want to kind of challenge you today to kind of extend the mercy that God has shown on you to somebody else. Yeah. Like I've said, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go knocking on their door, giving them flowers. No, it could just be a simple thing as holding back your words. For once. I know I had that struggle. I used to struggle with that all the time. I never used to be able to hold my words at all. But I learned the hard way. I'm still learning though. That's it for today, guys. I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm super excited about tomorrow. I'll let you know what it is tomorrow. I'm still kind of debating on which one I should pick. I don't know. I am yeah, I'm definitely planning to do a live, and but if I don't get around to it, you get another video. But yeah, I hope that I'll do a live, because I need to get over myself about this whole live thing. So then just do it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and looking forward to hearing your comments and whatever else that you have to share. Okay, bye.